Hey YouTube, it's Mike Pang Gangster, and today's that day we're gonna craft that staff. By the way, guys, this is round two. So if you guys watched the first episode, this is basically round two, second episode of me trying to craft a godlike staff, which most likely is not gonna happen, but you never know. Sometimes you get lucky and you craft something big, right? Doesn't have to be like the best staff in the world, but it could be something that's worth maybe 5 divines, 10 divines. Now, a lot of people, I know a lot of people like to know like exactly like how much money do you spend when you're doing this. And to be honest, with you guys, I don't spend a lot at all. Like for example, we got 20 staffs. I bought all staffs that are level 82, item level 82. Okay, since level 82 is probably the ones that you should look for because it gives you the best possibility of getting the highest roll on that particular suffix or prefix, right? So that's 5 exalts per staff. Now, sometimes I'm playing the game, I just pick them up myself. If I don't, I just basically go on the trading site and I get them for 5 exalts. So basically 20 staffs, 100 exalts, right? Every 10 is 50, so we got 20, 100 exalts only on staffs. Now, right now, a divine is going for somewhere around, um, I want to say, yeah, over 400. So just to give an example, it's like so far we have 100 exalts spent on what we purchased, right? When it comes to the essence of Ace, they go for basically 2 exalts each. So we got 20 of them. That's 40. So that's 140 exalts right there. Okay, it's still very very low cost if you think about it. The biggest cost are the greater essence of torment. So if you get 5 of these, we're talking about maybe it's a close to 250 exalts, and right there we're at 400 exalts. And then if you count the regal orbs, which they're nothing, and it's say the 40 exalts that we have over here, that's basically it's a 440, 450, whatever. There you go. It's 1 divine. So for me to create 20, well, create for me to basically gamble on 20 staffs is gonna cost me 1 divine. Okay, of course, the chaos orbs, they're going for around, I think, 9 exalts each. We have 11 here. We have maybe a little bit more than 11, but whatever, we took 11 for now. That's if we ended up using them. So let's say even if you have like 20 of these, let's say 200 exalts. Okay, so it's like one divine and 200 exalts at max that we're gonna spend. Okay, now there's actually a way for you to make money doing this regardless of like using my strategy and actually selling the weapon, for example, with not becoming rare, just keeping it with two stats on them. So we all know that I like to use the essence of Ace when I start my crafting. So automatically, we're gonna craft 5 weapons at a time. I like to basically use the essence of Ace first. Okay, so automatically my weapon will have a speed attack on it. Then afterwards, I use the oh my god, orb of augmentation, right? So we got 2 stats. Now, if you're looking to make money, if you actually get an item that has a good second stat with your aced, you could go ahead and right away put it up for sale. Okay, there's people that are going to purchase the staffs right there. Okay, for like anywhere between 10 exalts and up. So like, let's say for example, this costs you 2, the weapon costs you 5. Automatically just putting the ace on it, already the weapon is worth over 10 at the lowest. Some of them are worth like even like 1 divine, depending like what you get. Like if you get like a high tier stuff like that, there's people that are actually gonna pay quite a bit for the staff itself, just having like it's a 28 ace on it or something, like 1 divine. People will do that, believe it or not. People that are crafting and are trying to craft like the best staff, they like to basically purchase sometimes like magic items that have like usually like either 1 or 2 effects on them already that are I tier, and start from there instead of like gambling the first 2 tiers. They just rather pick up the item already with like 2 tiers on it that are good, and then they go from there. So you could actually just make money just by spending 5 exalts for the staff, 2 exalts for the essence of Ace, and making putting an orb augmentation, which doesn't cost nothing, and you basically spend like 7 exalts per staff, and every time you hit something decent, the minimum that you're gonna get back is 10, which is the minimum usually you'll get like 20, 30, 40, 50 exalts. So if you want to just make money that way, you can make money that way. So let's get into the first 5 over here. So just to give you an example, we get, okay, so we get, perfect example, okay? You look at this one here, it's got a tier 6, 22 aced increased attack speed, okay? Right now, if you think about it, I spent 7 exalts on each of these weapons. So we got 5 of them, 35 exalts, right? So if I wanted to right now, I could just basically probably sell this particular item right here for that price, and I break even. Because most likely someone would pay 30 exalts just for this weapon being with 22 ace already on it. So they don't have to gamble themselves to get the 22 ace, and they work their item from there. And the higher you get, the better, the more worth. And of course, if you use the Orb of Augmentation over here and you actually get a second stat that's actually really, really good, it just ups the value of this. Let's imagine you get something like physical damage, a good one, like a tier 6, tier 7 physical damage. There's people that would actually pay like 100, 200, even 1 divine, just because it already has 2 good stats on it. And right there, you just basically already paid for your 20 staffs of like you basically gambling your crafting, right? At the end of the day, you could do this with every item as long as you understand what are the stats that are required on that item to have value on it. So for example, we know that when we're doing quarterstaffs, we know that we're looking for, well, we're starting with attack speed, but we know that we're looking for physical damage, we're looking for elemental damage, we're looking for crit attack, oh my god, crit bonus or crit chance. We're looking for stuff like that, right? And those are the things that is going to basically rise the weapon, the price of the weapon. So anyways, so the first 5 that we craft, we only got 1 good one. That's a tier 6. The other ones are all like not that great, but whatever. We'll go to Orb, that's for sure. So here, this is a perfect example. So like this staff right here, it's got a tier 3 increase physical damage and a tier 3 increase attack speed. Now, since the attack speed and the physical damage aren't high, they're only tier 3, maybe something like this you get between, I would say probably 10 to probably like maybe maximum 20 exalts. I would say more like, most likely like around 10 exalts. 10 exalts you sell like automatically if you just put it up for sale. But anywhere between 10 to 20 this could sell, you know, but we're not looking to sell these weapons, we're looking to craft them. So anyway, the second one, so whatever, not that great, but whatever, still a good stat that you want to see. We get the lightning one here, which is a tier 5. So it's a pretty nice one, I guess. Here we get the increased physical damage with the accuracy rating, which is a tier 5, okay? By the way, we also have the greater essence of torment, which automatically gives us a chance of getting something that is physical. But there are 2 of them that are not fun to get. Well, one of them is not bad, is the one that you leech the mana. The other one is leech life. I mean, they're not bad, but we're not really looking for those ones. We're looking for more for the physical damage ones when we're using this. So we're going to try to use them, but we're going to try to use them on the ones that I believe have a good 2 starting stats on. Okay, so like this for me ain't good enough. Tier 5, tier 2 is just not good enough for me to go use one of these because these are almost like 50 exalts each. Okay, so here we get, see, like this one I'm liking a lot. So on this one we're going to use the greater essence of torment because we got the tier 6 attack speed and a tier 5 add to physical damage. So already I am liking this weapon, and what I'm going to do with this weapon, we're going to put it on the side over here because that's going to be one of our good weapons so far that we're going to end up using the greater essence of torment on. Okay, on this one here we get a tier 2. So again, tier 1, tier 2, not good, but you know, since regal orbs are completely cheap, we're going to go ahead and make these rare items. So the first one here, the worst one, we end up getting reduced attributes. So this weapon here, we're not going to put nothing else on it. It's completely bad. But what we could do is we could recycle it and recraft it in the recycle thing there. Okay. So on this one here, we get life per enemy kill. So I would say I'm not a big fan of this one also. And on this one here, we get the tier 1 physical damage. I'm also not a big fan of that one. And on this one here, we get 3 to levels with this skill, which is okay. like all three of these things that are on the weapon, they're things that you want to see, of course. Physical damage, attack speed, and melee skill is definitely something that people still use, even if mana is a problem with monks. There's still some people they like to use these things because they actually do give you a lot of DPS. But since we don't like it, and for example, we got 3 expert long quarterstaffs. So for people that want to like save money, what you do is basically you reforge. When you put 3 of the same, you get another one, right? So let's go back over here. Let's see what we get. Maybe we get lucky, maybe we don't. And we get a weapon with lightning damage, physical damage, life on enemy killed, physical damage as mana, and grant life per enemy hit. Now, I'm not a big fan of either one of these staffs. I mean, this one is, I don't think none of these are actually worth anything right now. They're all low on the good stuff. Tier 5 on lightning is decent, but the tier 1, tier 2 is really affecting that weapon. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them here because we're gonna recycle them if we could. If we can't recycle them, what we will do is we are going to basically sell them to the trash. So anyways, we got 5 more staffs here. So on the first batch, we ended up getting 1 staff that we like a lot. The other ones were not great, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and see what we get with our second round of 5 staffs. So we get 11% increased attack speed, tier 3. We got a tier 5, which is decent, 19%. It's the higher end of the tier 5, so that's pretty good. We got a tier 7. This is beautiful, 23% increased attack speed. I love that one a lot. Got a tier 2, which sucks, and a tier 2, which sucks. So again, we're gonna go with the orb of augmentation here and see what we get as a second stat. So this one here, we get the increased elemental with attacks. Now that's one of the stats that I kind of like to have on weapons. I have that one on my weapon over here, for example. Unfortunate, the one we have is a tier 3, but our weapon is way better than the ones we're crafting right now. Unfortunate, this is a tier 1 with the tier 3 attack speed, so it's not great, but again, we'll see what happens with the weapon. So here we end up getting a fire damage one, tier 9. Now, I don't know many people that are using fire damage, but that's a really good one to hit. And we're seeing like tier-wise, tier 9 is pretty damn good. It's pretty high there. Plus the attack speed, 19%. It's pretty good. Overall, it's pretty good. Here we get another tier 9. This time we get the lightning one. I'm liking this weapon like a lot right now. Tier 9 and a tier 7 increased attack speed. This weapon is looking very, very promising. We get a tier 4 increased physical damage here with the accuracy. And we get the tier 6 accuracy here. Not too bad. So, first off, let's just remove these staffs here. The one that I really like, we're gonna use a physical. We're gonna end up using the greater essence of torment on that one. So we got 2 weapons so far that we like a lot that we're gonna end up using the greater essence of torment. Now on the other ones, we are going to, of course, Regal Orb and see what happens next on these weapons. So here, what do we get? We get the mana per enemy to kill. So this weapon here is doomed. Here we get the dexterity. Again, not liking it. I like the tier 9 fire, so we're probably going to exalt this one just to see what happens with the weapon. And here we get a tier 1 grant life on enemy hit. Wow, pretty bad. Here we get a nice one here. We get tier 5, yeah, increased elemental damage, 110%. Too bad we have the accuracy there. Okay, so we do get actually one weapon that we like. Real quick. The ones we don't like, we're going to try to reforge them. Okay, so we're going to put them here for now. Let's put them here. Let's actually exalt this one, see what happens. So, we get lightning damage, tier 9. Wow. That's a big one to get, man. That's a big one to get. If we could get physical damage on this, this weapon can actually be really nice. And we get critical hit damage bonus. Wow, this is actually a really nice weapon because every single tier is very, very high. Unfortunate, we need to hit something major here. So we hit increase stun built up. Man, this is a good weapon. The lightning damage is crazy. We have no physical damage on the weapon though, but we have the elemental damage. We got the increased attack speed and critical hit damage bonus. Let's put this weapon for a moment here. This one we don't like at all. I feel like this is becoming chaotic here, all these things. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? Unfortunate, because it's becoming kind of chaotic. The ones I don't like, I'm just gonna sell. This is not something I recommend people doing. I recommend like reforging them. But because it's getting kind of chaotic, you know, all those weapons there, we're just gonna sell them and basically move on. So we have two weapons that we still have to forge, not forge, but craft. One of them, we may chaos it because it's looking pretty good, but we're gonna have to get lucky and remove one of the ones that we don't want on it. But it's looking pretty damn good as a weapon. Let's go ahead and see what happens with these 5. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 2, tier 1, tier 3. Unfortunate, every single 1 year we get low tiers. What do we get here? Okay, so we get cold damage, tier 6. We got fire damage, tier 8. We keep getting the fire damage very high. Here we get the accuracy rating. Don't want to see that. Here we get the increased physical damage with the accuracy, tier 4. And here we get the accuracy. Man, these were all bad. They were all bad. But anyway, let's go ahead and re-go org them. So here we get stun, which is bad. Here we get, again, fire damage. Or fire damage was already there. And we got cold damage, either one of them. Here we got the, I don't remember if it's the stun or the accuracy, but we got one of them. What do we get here? So we have cold damage and physical damage. Unfortunate, the attack speed tier 1 is so bad. What do we have here? Here we have accuracy and physical damage. Let's see what we get. We don't like. We got the critical hit chance on this one. So wait, what do we have here? We have lightning, cold, and physical. Increase attack speed very low, critical hit very, very low. And what's the last one? 2 levels of all melee skills. It's pretty nice. Everything that we have on it. Unfortunately, they're all very, very low. And it doesn't really give you any value to the weapon. What do we have here? Attack speed, this is pretty dead. We got very high. They're all pretty bad. I mean, got a tier 6 physical damage. We got a tier 5 critical hit. And increased stun. I think this is a weapon that we could chaos and see if we could remove one of the ones we don't want and get something a little bit better, because the critical hit chance is very, very high. Attack speed is low, but overall the weapon doesn't look that bad if we chaos it and actually get something decent on it. So let's keep this one here for now. We are going to 1, 2, 3 of these. Get one. See if we get lucky here. Let's see if we got lucky. Did we get lucky? So we get attack speed back, cold damage. Again, they ain't good. They ain't good. We got 5 left, guys. 5 left. Okay, tier 1. Now, whoa, tier 1. Tier 3. Tier 3. Tier 6. We're happy with that one. Tier 3. So we have one good one here with a tier 6. The other one's not too good. Okay, again, we got fire damage. Not really looking for that. Tier 3 lightning damage. A tier 3 physical damage. Again, we get a tier 3 physical damage. This is the exact same thing. Almost the same. One's a little bit higher. And we get a tier 3 fire damage. Wow. Unfortunate, they're all bad. Okay, what do we get here? We got dexterity, looking pretty bad. We get lightning. It's not something we want to see. Here we get life per enemy killed. Here we get leech for physical damage life. And here we get, wow. Here we get a nice one. We get 137% increased elemental damage. That's a nice one to get. Let's chaos this one here just to see if we get lucky. Intelligence. Okay, it's pretty much done. This one is tier 6 attack speed, so I guess we have to give it a shot here. See what we get. So we have a physical damage tier 3 and a lightning damage tier 7. Let's give it another one. We get, I'm lost. What did we get on this one now? We got the physical damage, right? Yeah, we got the physical damage. So we got physical damage, lightning damage, and physical damage. We got tier 3, tier 7, tier 6. The only thing we don't like is the leech on physical damage on life, which is not that bad. It's not that bad. And we get the critical damage bonus. This weapon actually has some value. I think we are going to upgrade the weapon, socket the weapon, and try to sell the weapon. I think this weapon actually has some pretty decent stuff on it. The physical damage is nice overall. Lightning damage is pretty high, tier 7. The attack speed is very high, tier 6. And the critical damage bonus is tier 4. So I kind of like the weapon. So we're gonna basically upgrade that weapon all the way to the end. We're gonna see what that weapon is worth at the end of the video. We're done with these ones. And now we got the final ones here. Let's start off with this one here. Okay, so this one here, we're gonna chaos it. We're gonna chaos this one. We want to remove either fire, cold, or stun. If we don't remove one of those, we may have to stop and just basically brick the weapon. So what do we get? Okay, so we remove one of the ones that we wanted to remove. Wow, nice. We get a tier. Now, I'm not sure. Did we already have the tier 6 one or the tier 1 physical? But we got a physical one on it. I can't remember which one we got. Man, this weapon, if we could actually remove the cold damage or the increased stun duration, this weapon is actually very, very nice. Because the attack speed is low, but the critical hit chance is very, very nice. Let's chaos it one more time. So wait, we removed the cold for fire. Okay, well, we removed the good one that we wanted to remove. Unfortunate we didn't remove it for something much better. One more time. Oh my god, did we just break it? Yeah, we bricked it. Ah! Okay, so this one is bricked. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3. So on this one here, wait a second. Wait a second. No. What am I doing? Okay, so on this one here, we want to remove accuracy rating and increase stunt build-up. Everything else looks really, really nice on this weapon. If we could actually chaos this and remove one of those two and get something good, we may just keep it as it is and sell it, like upgrade it and everything, and see if we could sell it. What did we remove? Okay, so everything seems to have stayed the same. Did the stun thing get upgraded or something? Yeah, we're gonna chaos it one more time. Wait. I'm confused now. Wait, did we... What did we lose? Did we twice, like, increase stun duration, got switched twice or something? And again? What? How can that happen? Okay, this time we actually switched the attack speed and made it worse. Okay, now we removed the accuracy. No, we didn't. But we increased the physical damage. Wow. I guess we have to give it one last shot here. So now we actually did remove the accuracy. So wait. So we got physical, lightning, very low attack speed. Very good critical hit damage though. I mean, we could try to like upgrade this weapon and see if we can get something out of it. Someone that's basically lightning damage is definitely gonna like this weapon. It's got the stats that you want to see on it. Unfortunately, the attack speed is very, very low. But overall, I mean, the physical damage ain't that bad once we upgrade it with the lightning damage. And the fact that it has 34 critical hit damage bonus on it, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So we got 3 weapons here. All 3 of these weapons are very, very nice. And what we're going to do with these ones, we are going to actually use Greater Essence of Torment. Oh, we can't use it on that one. We could, oh, wait a second. Sure, we're going to use it on these two. So let's do this one first, actually. So here we got the fire damage, elemental damage, which is very nice, tier 6, and increased attack speed, which is low. Let's see what we get next. We get life per enemy to kill, which is not good. We get dex, not good. We get physical, which is a nice one, tier 6. We're going to chaos it one time, see what happens. So we removed... What did we remove? So we got that. We removed something, I can't remember. I think we removed the attack speed. Yeah, it's pretty much bricked. It is bricked. Unfortunate. So we're gonna use 2 Greater Essence of Torment here. What do we get? On the first one, we actually end up getting a physical one, which is nice. So now we got 2 physicals, tier 5, tier 4, and tier 6. Weapon is looking, I would say, pretty nice. On this one, we end up getting the leeches to physical damage as life. Definitely not what we wanted to see. Get the stun duration. Now we get physical damage, tier 3. And we get cold damage. I don't know about this weapon, to be honest with you. I like the tier 7 attack speed, but let's do 1 chaos on it, see if we remove something we don't want. Either the increased stun or physical damage, or maybe upgrade the cold damage or the physical one to a higher one. Nah. That was bad. We got the accuracy. Okay, so this one's finito. This one's finito, but this one's looking pretty nice. Tier 5, Tier 4, and Tier 6. Gain mana on enemy kill. It's definitely not what we want to see, but it ain't the worst one, right? Wow. Tier 5 critical hit chats. That's actually very, very nice. If we could actually land an amazing prefix as the last exalt here, this weapon has potential. We get lightning. It's a low one. The fact that we have tier 6 increase attack speed and tier 5 critical hit chance. Kind of want to just upgrade this weapon. Socket it, put the runes, and see where it's at. And most likely sell as it is, because they had some pretty nice stuff on it. People are really going to like the fact the attack speed is pretty high and the critical hit chance very, very high. Maybe someone's going to want to buy it as it is, and they're going to want to like spend a lot of money on it, trying to make it like godly. So let me upgrade these weapons and see what we got. So we completed the upgrade on all 3 of our weapons. So this one here, after looking at the market, I would get anywhere between 50 exalts and up. It's kind of hard to say how much higher I would get. 50 seems like the lowest end, but it can go as high as like probably even 1 divine, depending on what someone's really, really looking for. But I would say probably 50 to 100 exalts is something that I could get on this weapon. On this one here, it seems like the price is around the same, maybe 50 exalts, 60 exalts. I feel like valuing both of them, to be honest with you. This one, we're going to keep it as it is. The reason for it is because someone may purchase this one just for the fact that it has a good increased attack speed and a good critical hit chance. I don't think I'll get a lot for it. Maybe I'll end up getting like 100 exalts. I'll try to get like, I'll put it up for 1 divine, see if someone bites. I really doubt it. But then I'll just drop it until like probably like 100 exalts, which I believe that's the minimum that someone would pay for a weapon like this, and try to basically craft over it and try to make it better. That's pretty much it, guys. So unfortunate, today we spent a little over 1 divine, give or take. We definitely lost after even selling these, unless this one sells for 1 divine, then we break even, because these ones don't sell for that much. Like I said, anywhere between 50 to most likely 100 exalts each. But what we're going to do is actually we're going to vol these 2. Why not? We're going to vol them. Since they're not worth much, we're going to vol them and see if we get lucky. So what did we get on this one? This one looked like nothing happened. Feels like nothing happened there. I don't see any difference. So I guess nothing happened there. So let's see what happens over here. Looks like nothing happened on this one too. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same. So both of them, nothing happened. So, whatever. Anyways, we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put these both up for 100 exalts and drop them all the way down to like 50 eventually, if nobody bites. And this one we're gonna put a 1 divine, see if we can get 1 divine. Most likely we won't get 1 divine, but maybe we'll get like, you know, maybe we'll get lucky, we'll get like 100 exalts for it or something and get some of our money back. But that was round number 2, guys. Unfortunate, today is not the day that we craft a godlike weapon, but as you can see, we do craft some decent ones, nothing great, but we had potential to have something good here, but we didn't today. So hopefully in the next video, episode 3 will be a better one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And good luck if you guys are trying to do the same thing with whatever item you're trying to craft. Remember, guys, even if you're gambling when you're crafting these things, if you're having fun, don't worry about the currency. Currency could always be made in so many ways, like I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. If you want to sell the items, with only them being a magic item and not going to rare, you could pretty much guarantee yourself money pretty much every time you're doing that. If you really wanted to, you'll get some money back all the time, right? So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.